Six Fig Stock Trader here from YouTube. In today's video, we're going to be talking about Nervous Network's price action and how low can it really go. So let's get into this. So before we do, check me out on Twitter, folks, at Real6Fig. This is where I drop all the links to my live streams, upcoming videos, charts when I cannot make it to YouTube to create a video. Just to sidetrack a little bit, the Project Kami NFT project is about to debut on January 27th. And there is kind of a silver lining to some of these lower CKB prices. For example, these commies now cost less. At a price of 5,555 CKB, man, it might be a good idea to pick a couple of these things up, because as Nervous Network gets more and more adopted, these things could kind of like become the holy grail NFTs. Just a quick thought. Big shout out to Nervous community on Telegram as well. Great group of people here, really holding down the fort for everything Nervous. So when it comes to news, general chat, you get the drift. This is the spot to be. Now let's really look at CKB's price structure right now. Obviously, in the last video, I said I was disappointed that price action had violated this trend line here. Okay, that's it. We have violated the upward trend that we've been established at since November of 2020. So this is really not something that I wanted to see happen. But really, where are we planning on going right now for CKB? On the weekly chart, we can see that we are kind of trading just under the 786. Now, if this does give way, we might see price action drift down to this 0.011-ish level, somewhere in there. And if that fails, we might see CKB return to the 0.007 levels. And that's not cool. So with that said, we've seen these significant price reductions, within the last year. After April of 21's all-time highs, March, we saw a 82% reduction in price. So if we see a similar thing happen here, let's just see where 82% is. 82% is right around 0.006, which from this point here, I mean, that would be one heck of an opportunity to kind of load the bags. I'm hoping that we see CKB go at the lowest. I'm not saying I'm hoping it goes this way. I'm saying if at the lowest, I'm hoping it stops right around this 007 level, simply because that's really right in the area of significant support and resistance for price action. If we see CKB really going any lower than this 0.007-ish level, folks, man, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. Okay. So with that said, this is where I'm at right now with CKB, just trying to feel out the price tag. If we kind of lower this down, you can see we're still kind of reacting with this 786, which is it is what it is. Right now, price action is threatening to close underneath this Ichimoku cloud, which is a bearish cloud. And there are 19 hours and 30 minutes left on this candle for CKB. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens here. Are we just going to wick down and maybe come back up to this 0.018 level? We'll only know when we study Bitcoin here in a second. I've got some theories on what moves Bitcoin might actually make here. So at this point in time, I'm really expecting CKB to trade right around this 0.0137 to 0.0183 to the upside, and to the downside, folks, we're looking at a heavy drop down to around this 0.011 to the penny level, 007-ish level. So let's look at CKB here. Excuse me, let's look at Bitcoin, because we already looked at CKB, right? So let's look at Bitcoin really quick. Bear with me one second. Now, this is very interesting for Bitcoin, this whole situation that we're in. And I've said this for you guys that watch this channel frequently. You'll often hear me talking about, how we got these crazy all-time highs in these bull runs. And then when we slip into a bear market, it always happens after the single bounce off the 50 moving average. And then once price action closes underneath this 50 moving average and the Ichimoku cloud, we see price action really go into the bear market. We can see the same thing in 2017 happen here. But the one thing that's different, there's two things that are different with this run, is that currently, right now, price has not closed below this Ichimoku cloud, and we have not seen an open and a close beneath this Ichimoku cloud. So I am still holding on for dear life that we get a bounce or something, at least something to come up and retest this 50 moving average with Bitcoin, because I would like to see a retest of the 50 moving average. Currently, it might not look like it's going to happen, simply because when we measure this trend line from the upper candle bodies, it really intersects nicely with this 200 moving average and this Fibonacci time sequence. And what's interesting about this is that when we measure swing highs from April of 21 down to June of 21, we can see that this accurately predicts reversal points the week of August 30th, 21 to the week of November 8th of 21. So right now we have 100% accuracy. So it would not surprise me that the week of March 28th might be some sort of reversal point. And it could be a reversal point off the 200, or it could be a reversal point up here. We simply don't know. All I know is that March, this spring, March, April, we may in fact have another point where the crypto market has a chance at bouncing if it trends down to this level. And I do think that there is a chance to possibly come down to this 27.5, maybe a little bit lower. And simply because if we just take this and really skewer, Bitcoin, bear with me 1 second, folks, and just kind of skewer this price action, we could maybe argue that, hey, Bitcoin might even have an opportunity here to come down as low as $14,000 to $20,000 in the near future. Just a guess, but for now, we will cross this road next, possibly. And if we do get a bounce here, we may be seeing a really crazy head and shoulders pattern that could strip the market later on in November, October of 2022. So just my guess that this could be setting up for, some nasty head and shoulders pattern to do something like this. So it is what it is, folks. It's the crypto market, right? We've been here. We've gone through the ringer. We're not stock traders, even though my name says that I am. It really is a different mentality. And just make sure that, that you have your plan in place. Are you buying the dip? Are you dollar cost averaging? Are you just going to sell at a loss and try to reposition yourself at a lower price? There's lots of strategies that you can deploy in bear markets to come out ahead later on, quite possibly. So do your own research. It's not financial or trading advice, but I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Big shout out to all the Patreons. I do appreciate each and every one of you guys being here. Man, if you want to support the channel, it's $3 a month to get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. Hope you guys all have a wonderful day wherever you're at in the world.